We are moments away from President Biden speaking from the White House regarding the ongoing situation in Afghanistan. As we wait for that, joining us now is Bay Area Congressman Ro Khanna. Representative, I really appreciate you joining us today. We know many refugees have already arrived to the states and different parts of the country. Has your office been working at all to help with potential arrival of refugees here to the Bay Area?
We have. We've been inundated. We had a wonderful success story with the Sultani family that arrived in Milpitas last night. Our staff was there to greet them. It was heartening to see him and his family here finally safely. We were working on that for days, but we have been inundated. We have a large Afghan American community in our district, and we receive 10 to 15 requests a day and are trying to work on all of them. It's our highest priority right now.
Do we know when we can expect more people to be arriving?
Well, we've had a couple other success stories. I mean, and we are hearing that more are being processed. So we are hopeful every day that we're going to have individuals here. But in candor, there's still cases of people in Afghanistan. There is a case we're working on right now of someone who was abducted by the Taliban, either an American or a green card holder. We're trying to figure out, but I'm in fact speaking to that family right after this. I mean, there are a lot of people still there, so we are working on it. I can't thank my district staff enough. They've been working all day and late into the night, and they really are saving lives.
Are most that we're receiving American citizens and or green card holders?
Well, we're receiving all different requests. We're receiving requests, some from American citizens, some from green card holders, some from Afghan refugees who are in a vulnerable position and fear for their lives, women's rights activists, or just Afghan women. And then we're receiving requests about translators, people who helped us in our war, in our fight for 20 years. So we are receiving many of these requests, and we are working expeditiously with the State Department, with any agency that we can, in some cases with other nonprofits, with the international relief organizations that exist. And we're doing everything that we possibly can to bring these people to safety.
Definitely. I know this is a crisis that's happening within another crisis. Of course, COVID-19 is still a big issue here in the Bay Area, the Delta variant specifically. Do we know, is testing or quarantining happening or being required of those who are arriving here to the States?
It is. They are going through the same exact procedure as anyone coming to the United States, and that means testing. That means the quarantine rules that apply to international travelers. So they are being vetted in terms of our security, and they are complying with all COVID protocols.
Talk to me about your thoughts on the August 31st deadline. It is quickly approaching. We're seeing reports today that the Taliban is not letting any Afghan refugees who want to go to the Kabul airport. They're not letting them anymore. Do you think we will reach that August 31st deadline and feel good about where we're at in terms of the many people we're able to evacuate?
In candor, I think it's a very difficult decision. I don't have all the information that the president has. He has to weigh the risks to American troops of an escalation with the Taliban. But I just don't see how we leave until we get every American who wants to be out, the green card holders out, and the vulnerable Afghan population and allies, as many of them out. I think we have a moral duty to do that. And so I hope he and his national security team figure out a plan of how we do that while minimizing the risk to our troops. But what is not acceptable is just to abandon Americans who want to leave or to abandon green card holders who want to leave. That's not the American way of doing things.
Definitely. I know we do have some pictures, I believe, of some of those families that we've been able to get here back home to the States. Can you talk to me just a little bit about what those conversations are like that you've been having with these families as they come here?
It's one of relief, one of enormous gratitude. These are people who feared for their lives. In the Sultani family's case, they were beaten by the Taliban getting to the airport. They tried multiple times. Many of these families have had to go multiple times to the airport, sometimes get turned away. And it was a harrowing experience. They feared for their lives, and they feel like they have a new lease on life. So it's one of extraordinary gratitude and I think a lot of stress for what they've endured over the last week.
Definitely. Can you, I guess, what should the American people and people here in the Bay Area keep in mind as this continues to unfold? There's lots of different thoughts and opinions about how we should have, removed ourselves from Afghanistan and so on and so forth. How do you think people should, or what do you think people should keep in mind as we move forward?
We have to realize we had to end this war. It was a 20-year war. There will be plenty of time to ask questions of what the best way to end the war was. And we will be having that oversight function in Congress. And I will be asking the hard questions as well, whether we should have started the evacuation earlier, whether our troops should have been there. But right now, regardless of how you feel on those issues, and I promise you on the Armed Services Committee, we will be getting to the bottom of it and having answers. Right now, as Americans, as the Bay Area, let's focus on saving as many lives as possible. Please contact our office if you know anyone in Afghanistan who's trying to leave and needs to be on the State Department list. Let's help in terms of rides. We've had volunteers who've offered to pick up some of these families when they come to the airport. Let's help in terms of the material aid that we can provide, both people coming here and in Afghanistan. I've really been touched by how much support we've received from the Bay Area for these families. And I think right now our country should just be united in getting Americans out, getting green card holders out, getting our allies out, and vulnerable Afghan women and children out.
Representative, you said that you are going to be speaking with another family just in the coming hours here?
I am. I mean, it's a very sad case. I don't want to go into the details. It's certainly not their identity, but their father apparently has been abducted in Afghanistan. And, they're both constituents of mine, and they're very concerned about their father. And that's the situation. And our district staff has been in touch with the State Department. We're looking at whether to get in touch with the FBI and law enforcement. But it's heartbreaking. I mean, it's the stories that we're hearing, and you can only help as many people as we can. We do our best. But the work that's being done is largely the district staff, and I just appreciate what they've been doing.